not doing it because it's funny to watch UKIP'ers squirm. I just want to be clear on you now. I fundamentally disagree. I loathe UKIP. I loathe it with a passion, and I am very sorry that there are those among you. Probably an argument to be made that I have been the best UKIP campaigner that they have had because I've been fighting for their opposite.
But it does influence the alternative right, because UKIP is the far right, but it is the neo.
Nobody is rage quitting because of UKIP, you know. In fact, if UKIP, if the immigration issue was causing, fuck, I don't give a shit what you think. I am sorry that there are people among UKIP who are honest and hardworking and who just want somebody.
Hate Donald Trump supporters, right? It's like UKIP. Their fucking fans went onto my channel and they.
If you are at all serious, then oh my god, UKIP is so fucking insane and needs to be nuked from orbit, as it is clearly the
Gonna rape your sister, but you're gonna vote UKIP, right, bro? Yeah, you're gonna vote UKIP. You wanna go on UKIP
and hunting kids in, then yay, he votes UKIP. That maybe, but really, just Stormcloak. We've got UKIP going up against UKIP. We've got Skyrim for the Nords going up against Skyrim for the Brits,
who are more able to take your jobs. That is literally what UKIP wants. UKIP is a country. UKIP is a
UKIP. What if the immigration issue was causing UKIPers to rage quit? If the immigration issue was causing people who don't like UKIP,
people who totally aren't racists there with UKIP. But it is funny how you can watch whenever.
I wash my hands of them, but Conservative voters vote UKIP because that way there will be a lot less voters propping up the Conservative Party.
By the general reprobates of the world. Nigel Farage, UKIP, the right wing of Britain. If this game doesn't crash, I will be doing an evil run where I will be playing as UKIP. Because fuck it. Yeah.
Reach down and say, so are you going to vote UKIP now? No! No!
Back in staying because it seems that essentially UKIP has become a cult of personality race. It has become a...
I wanted to join your brave band of UKIP'ers.
You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as...
Who ran the Leave campaign resigns. Nigel Farage, who founded UKIP and was the head and mascot of UKIP, resigns.
What we believe in, and hey, if the majority of the population of Britain votes UKIP, I will respect that. I don't know, I might write an article about why UKIP is horrible and the Greens are the best party imaginable on there. A truly fair democratic society where UKIP or the Conservative parties could take over and they could enact the most insane... And, you know, there is a perspective that is like, well, then UKIP will win. Well, here's the funny thing, guys. The Conservatives could not be more cacklingly evil if they were voting for fucking UKIP. Okay? The right can vote for UKIP. Which, as we've already established, is not actually a very good idea. At least strictly the manifesto, and I certainly have met people who are like, the UKIP manifesto isn't actually technically, is bad because of what they actually fucking stand for. I'm not saying, oh, the UKIP are gonna deport other people. Oh, every party, all of them except for UKIP, saying, don't vote for UKIP, they are racists. So what?
He's since disappeared, basically, and resigned from UKIP again. On the day of his victory speech, he cited
I'm glad that it does have the Lib Dems and even that it does have UKIP. Because UKIP, I don't like them. I don't.
class warfare. Right? We understand in Britain that UKIP is essentially the lower class, the working class.
Shutting the doors on the wounded that we wounded. UKIP stands for something that I will never, but the Greens are gonna keep working at it. UKIP is now Nigel Farage's basically last words as the head of. It is just fucking perfect. It's just like, yeah, vote Green! Vote Green, you UKIP racist bastards! Here, you UKIP. I suppose by that logic, I should just go around calling people UKIP'ers. And then a lot of UKIP'ers would be very annoyed. Hey! That people will be voting for if they're sick to death of the main parties, and there's been UKIP, but everybody's been piling on UKIP because fuck UKIP. It's kind of the worst thing that we need to happen. Because, even 5 years as UKIP is 5 years in which people will realise, hey, we should. Joking and reminding me about the UKIP devil and saying, yeah, man, remember, UKIP is supported by fucking arsehole trolls. You gotta. See, I told you don't want me voting for UKIP because, it's.
Obviously, I'm suggesting a certain amount of intelligence and wit and coordination that the UKIPers lacked, but
just because all that says is, hey, UKIP voters, I don't represent your views at all. Don't listen to me. I clearly don't have a clue. UKIP, I have issues with, but there are good UKIPers. There are good UKIPers who, slightly weird views with mental health problems, frequently feel ignored and let down. UKIP takes a whole person approach to mental health, and that means giving mental health
this. One of the things I do have in mind is basically being UKIP. Because it's a joke that people have is, oh, well, you should run for being peer.
Kind of where UKIP is, UKIP, at least strictly the manifesto, and I certainly have met people who are like, it's not helping anyone to go around calling UKIP voters racist, because all that says is, hey, UKIP voters, I don't
I've danced with 4chan swarms. I've been stalked by fucking UKIPers. I've had right-wing fucking Americans. Google is already sending me an email every time you say vote UKIP on one of my videos. So that's already happening. Racists. So instead, all the racists just vote for UKIP and for the Conservatives. Although, incidentally, if the Conservatives
just be like, hello, my name is Alexander Cotton Jahans, and I will be leading UKIP into the next general election. Hello.
Clearly not supported by the people who claim to be going vote UKIP on my thing, though. Because they're like,
it is all just about the super rich getting richer of taxpayer money. UKIP are a shambles, a shithole, and the candidate has declared himself independent. Well, not UKIP's candidate, but UKIP's only MP has declared himself independent.
Whilst at the same time allowing UKIP to get in, okay? Because, UKIP can concentrate all of their power. Okay, this is the UKIP. Manifesto. Okay. UKIP manifesto. UKIP will not introduce any form of mansion tax, transport. The electoral system is really fucking fucked. Even the UKIP voters fucking know that we are fucked. And I finally say, fuck it. To the fact now that we're gonna have to wait for UKIP to get in, be bastards, and then have everybody wake up to the fact of, oh no! Two of you're someone who votes on the right. Well, you can vote UKIP, but they're racist, and you don't see yourself as a racist, you don't want to vote for them. Fucking hasn't! They're better than UKIP, and they're better than the Conservatives, and they're better than fucking Liberal Democrats.
UKIP wants. UKIP is a country. UKIP is a political party that is motivated by these people in favour of, like, you know, first past the post, because, well, look at the last election, you know, UKIP got so much more of the vote, and it would be UKIP and your genitalia. They're telling you to go kill yourself. If they're fucking UKIP'ers, they will insult you, say that you should suicide, because then I will vote UKIP, because I will be your humble little bitch. How fucking screwed up and sadistic. Go on with this. Lucky 7. Who do you think should be the next leader of UKIP, not including you?
Kept voting for the Greens and the SNP and UKIP and Labour. Like, you know how we kept doing these things to kind of oppose you? Yeah. He said to a commentator, do you just want me to ban all mentions of the word UKIP? Is that what you want? Because I can fucking do it. And I've done it. I think a good deal of other liberal people care about that too. I think that UKIP is bad because of what they actually fucking stand for. Just to be fair. So, yeah. Just, if you're Conservative, vote UKIP. If you are at all Liberal, vote Green. UKIP will change the law to allow mortgages to become inheritable as they are in other countries. Lack of representation. So we now have Labour and UKIP both fighting for fairer politics. They're each fighting at opposite ends of the spectrum, but if the immigration issue was causing people who don't like UKIP to rage quit, they would have a problem.
But sort of like UKIP, sort of like the SNP, like, doesn't really matter if
these lies and bullshit are fair, but you should not let them blind you, okay? UKIP stands for selfishness.
Patriotism, and, you know, if I see a UKIP cunt, I'll call for violence against them. Like, I genuinely was so angry that I was. So, under proportional representation, the UKIP would be less of a problem, because at the moment, under first past the post, UKIP could conceivably get in under a hung parliament with the Conservatives,
and for an abandonment of the fuck up we created. UKIP stands for letting the people we let down. Then you drastically reduce the threat of UKIP, okay? Whilst at the same time allowing UKIP to get in or somewhere. That you are voting UKIP because, isn't it a laugh making everyone suffer and die? Which is cartoonishly evil, as I have painted them as for fun. And I am aware that UKIP and the Greens are temporarily, whilst the Liberal Democrats are certainly preferable to the Conservatives and to UKIP, they were ultimately with
a blacker mark upon the world than, you know, the Tories or UKIP or Donald Trump. Because
cult around me, then you're gonna have to get a bit creative. Because, yeah, UKIP has just been just held for review. Held for a win. Well, here's the funny thing, guys. I hate UKIP. I loathe UKIP. I am genuinely, personally offended. Again, you know, there are obvious parallels with, you know, like, UKIP and with UKIP and the Stormcloaks. Because at this point, even UKIP is preferable to the Tories, because at this point, clearly,
Now, the thing to understand about the UKIP situation is that Britain has all you for wanting to leave. I'll attack you for wanting to vote UKIP. I'll attack you for wanting to vote Tory. But
either way, you know, even UKIP's angry. UKIP is very fucking angry because the SNP got okay. UKIP Manifesto 2015. Okay. So UKIP wants to create more grammar schools, not abolish them. Especially when it comes to the John Locke conspiracy. Because, I mean, UKIP'ers are more rational. UKIP'ers is where I kind of provide the headline for all the UKIP'ers who I have slagged off. Okay, like, by targeting the by-elections, the Greens can do that, Labour can do that, sod it, UKIP can take a few back. The point is, I mean, I might relent the UKIP thing in future. I might, for the next general election, at least he recognised that Nigel Farage's UKIP is a fucking joke. Okay? Because here's the thing, guys. Whereas the Conservatives, their only real other option is UKIP, and UKIP is certainly seeing a rise, but it's seeing I told you don't want me voting for UKIP because, you know, I mean, it's... I'm not good enough for UKIP. UKIP needs someone better. The Tories, okay. What if, you know, there's some UKIP people who... Because supposedly part of the reason that, you know, supposedly... And then the UKIP'ers insult me. And they tell me to kill myself. They say they're gonna kill me. That Trump represents. This is the danger that UKIP represents. Now, in UKIP, but everybody's been piling on UKIP because fuck UKIP. So you basically have a position whereby you have a severely weak UKIP,
and was the head and mascot of UKIP resigns. Although I now really want to see UKIP guarding the earth from aliens.
My mistake. Clearly those on the right, you aren't going to vote for UKIP because clearly UKIP are just, they are all about making right. The Conservatives are like, well, we can vote for UKIP, but they're a bunch of racists, or we can vote for the Conservatives.
Within the Labour Party. If you want to be fucking anti-Semitic, join UKIP. Join Britain First. Join the British National Party. If you want to
fucking vote. So kind of, it doesn't make a difference whether it's Conservatives UKIP or Labour or Greens, whatever, just some exclude the NHS from that. So, you know, if you want a secure NHS, UKIP are totally the way to fucking go. All the next Chancellor's feet to the fire when it comes to improving public finances. UKIP will make a difference by being a powerful, much needed.
I fight dirty. I fucking boast about censoring goddamn UKIP'ers. I pledge to fight fucking dirty.
UKIP voters thinking that the best way to encourage me to vote UKIP is to bully me and hound me and make me commit suicide because
In becoming the Republican nominee is essentially like UKIP taking over the Conservative Party.
and now I think we need to get into the territory for which UKIP will be very familiar with. Now, I'm not a racist.
Fight for the equality of millions. UKIP needs a leader who will make the fight to leave Europe the fight.
Okay? UKIP stands for selfishness. UKIP stands for an abandonment of the fuck up we created. Really, what we've got is we've got Ulfric Stormcloak going up against Ulfric Stormcloak. We've got UKIP going up against UKIP. Feast upon them. Wank off, UKIP voters. Wank off to my grotesque tits. I give you these UKIP votes. Fuck those fucking racist fucking arsehole Nazi UKIP voters. You know it makes sense. And that's right, lads. Have a good one.
UKIP continues to be entirely fucking irrelevant.
Because supposedly part of the reason that, you know, supposedly like UKIP saw a lot of voters actually scared back to the Tories. So what if
For the UK to leave the EU for quite some time. And because UKIP are a bunch of racist right-wing bastards, because they were literally
voting UKIP is the ultimate way to twist a joke, because no fucker's gonna fucking vote UKIP. Just if it had just been at the end, like, as a people to leave the EU. Now I am not voting UKIP. At the moment, they are too right-wing. I mean, okay, I am actually starting to think that maybe UKIP isn't quite as cacklingly insane as I.
and for the Conservatives. Although incidentally, if the Conservatives didn't have UKIP to deal with, then
I suppose in a way, voting UKIP is the ultimate way to twist a joke, because no fucker's gonna fucking vote UKIP.
in that Nigel Farage of UKIP said that if he lost Fan itself, that he would.
To my grotesque tits, I give you these UKIP voters. Wank off to me now. You know it makes sense. Vote Greens. Okay, because here's the thing, guys. I love it when you fuckers say vote UKIP, because it's so pathetic.
Cymru, who is the Welsh National Party, and you have UKIP, who is, you know, the kind of English National Party, and
voting UKIP is voting for the hand that strangles you.
now, yes, some of them voted UKIP. Yes, some of them voted for the Liberal Democrats, which is arguably. Here's my idea, ladies and gentlemen. UKIP needs a leader. UKIP needs a strong leader who will fight for what is right, who will fight. The Conservative Party is eating itself. UKIP's only candidate has declared himself independent. Well, not UKIP's.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, Nigel Farage and all UKIP supporters watching this. My name is Alex Jahans. Pro. Okay. There is no doubt about it. Like, UKIP is working against TTIP. And so consistently saying, vote UKIP, vote UKIP, vote UKIP. I'm going to insult you. I'm going to make you wish you would kill yourself. Would be a strange and horrific turn of events. Even then, I would still be like, yeah, but UKIP though, kinda racist.
Look at the last election, you know, UKIP got so much more of the vote, and it between UKIP and Conservatives, and you know, democracy.
So, SNP voters, maybe you don't like UKIP so much, but that's okay, that's okay. Are people who were from outside the European Union differently to those inside it. So UKIP will increase the number of borders.
What we've seen with Brexit, what we're seeing with UKIP is essentially offshoots from the upper class trying.
Quite clear in the past why I don't think anybody should vote UKIP. And I think I think basically the Green Party's manifesto UKIP stands for standing by as others suffer. UKIP stands for shutting the doors on the wounded that we. So while UKIP are not necessarily anti the TTIP, sorry, a political party, and I do not want to see UKIP in power. Now, I am aware that maybe UKIP aren't perhaps as cartoon who claim to be going vote UKIP on my thing though, because they're like, we want to fight UKIP in the manifesto, like, we want to fight the state. You know, because we've got a lot of left-leaning parties, and UKIP is actually got a lot of lefty interests as well. Tory parties infected by UKIPers and sort of going on about immigration or even just affecting.
So Nigel Farage has resigned from UKIP for I think the third time, and yes,
What is the whole? We will have a register for homeless people in the hands of UKIP, a far-right political party. So essentially what UKIP are saying there is that leaving the European Union, if you are Conservative, vote UKIP. If you are Conservative, vote UKIP because they are better than the Conservatives.
this may just be Trump supporters, this may just be UKIP supporters, this may just be Tories, this may just be actual fucking nationals.
The situation pissed me off because I saw it coming. I saw it coming, and parties like UKIP and tabloid newspapers.
But anyway, just complete bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit from UKIP and right-wing cucks. Just like for
Needed to unseat the Conservatives, right? By-elections, fucking UKIP can go along and secure victories. UKIP stands for something that I will never but help fight. UKIP is something that I will never, ever approve. Lay out for you guys, for Nigel Farage, for the UKIP supporters in general, for anyone a little casual. You fuckers. I now have a cult of UKIP voters, of idiots pretending to be UKIP voters.
incarnate. And even if you think, oh, well, he's not technically involved with UKIP anymore, so you don't have to worry. UKIP
With David
Porky Cameron joined UKIP because Farage, Carswell and Hamilton did. Also, everyone in the Bullingdon Club did the same ritual. So Boris, I now have a much better reason to hate UKIP now, because it turns out that it's really kind and supportive, and they keep joking and reminding me about the UKIP devil and saying, yeah man. Yeah, and from the Liberal Democrats, it could draw back supporters who had voted UKIP because fuck it, Tories and bloody red Tories, from repairs to listed buildings and sanitary products. So yeah, they UKIP, the purple party who will let you get tampons. Anyway, I genuinely hate UKIP'ers. But here's the thing, right? If the people democratically vote for them, I'm not saying, the UKIP are gonna deport other people. Oh, the UKIP are totally, they're gonna set up concentration. Views from this guy, Chris Emerald, who basically shares, UKIP and anti-feminist memes. And in fact, it was him sharing an anti-feminist. That's the only thing that happens, is that a little email gets sent to me like, a UKIPer has told you to go fuck yourself. Okay. A message on YouTube today saying, come on, vote UKIP, and it's like someone has finally dared to take the extra special step where it's like, because of course I am totally gonna go through that massive pile of, oh, vote UKIP, vote UKIP, vote UKIP. Of course I'm going to do that. Does leaving mean? Like immediately afterwards. And now even the UKIP'ers are against the European Union because they thought and then they're like, well, why won't you vote UKIP? Fucking look at yourselves! Why the fuck would I fucking want to be in the same demographic as you fuckers?
You may know I've had quite the issue with little UKIP hate cult that is cultivated around me because I'm apparently a lolcat. Letting the people we let down be let down even further. UKIP stands for standing by as others suffer. People are getting sick of it. Jeremy Corbyn is a sign of this. UKIP is a sign of this. Nigel Farage is a sign of this. Bernie Sanders. Nigel Farage is basically last words as the head of as the head of UKIP, if he doesn't come back, was, hey, Labour and the Conservatives. Oh look, it's fucking UKIP. So they protest vote to the UKIP because it's basically like, well, fuck the other three. He uses logical fallacies, He openly censors UKIP. He purges people. He claims to be left-wing. Oh, that's good. So, essentially, the UKIP would give all widows pensions regardless of whatever.
Britain First endorsing UKIP, like, yeah, all support is awesome, but you are kind of spoiling the whole, oh no, Jeremy. My YouTube was a bunch of people saying, hey fucker, go kill yourself, vote UKIP. So I know from the past,
no way in hell that anybody should ever fucking vote UKIP, because clearly you people are the most insane fuckers I have ever of Labour, of Liberal Democrats, and of UKIP resigning. All of them resigning. Okay, Green...
You should run for being PM as, leader of UKIP. And it's not impossible. I'm genuinely not going to rule that out as
idiotic, sadistic fuckwits who want me to make a video panning UKIP supporters so they can have another chance to feast. Idiot with outright sadistic and evil intentions. I mean, UKIP was there. Oh yes, all of our problems belong to foreigners. At least, even if UKIP ends up winning and sort of leading a fight against.
Even goddamn UKIP are saying that Theresa May's policies are going too fucking far.
You know what? I am fucking thankful that Nigel Farage is still in charge of fucking UKIP, because we need him. That's all the Conservatives and the fucking right-wingers and UKIPs are saying. They're saying greedy money, me, I want money for me. All you do, all you cry is vote UKIP, vote UKIP, vote UKIP. And if you are at all fucking serious, then there is...
I mean, to be clear, this is what UKIP mean by controlled immigration. They want people coming into the country.
UKIP'ers are more rational. UKIP'ers are more sane. I mean,
fight them and just smack them in the face, and that's Trumpism. That's UKIPism. That's xenophobia.
They are going to win, because basically with UKIP, with UKIP and the Scottish Vote for Independence, people have basically, it's a bit of both. Maybe it's just that you are sadistic fucking 4chan fuckers, but you do think UKIP's a good idea. So you are, oh, it's a satire of the kind of people who vote UKIP. But at the moment, it's just being a dick. Or is it?
I mean, who's currently dishing out policies that fucking UKIP are saying, hey, hold on, that's too far. And
if you got Labour, you would have gotten the UKIP immigration shit. But you would also have gotten the Tory cats that we are currently want me to be self-loathing. The UKIP'ers want me to fucking commit suicide. Or worse, they want me to vote UKIP. Their research, UKIP will put the National back into the National Health Service. Oh, for my mistake, clearly
technically involved with UKIP anymore, so you don't have to worry. UKIP can save stuff. No, UKIP is a party run by
UKIP'ers want me to be depressed. The UKIP'ers want me to be self-loathing. The UKIP'ers want me to fucking commit. I got fed up of the UKIP. I got completely fucking fed up of every single fucking... And to be honest, that's kind of where UKIP is, you know? UKIP, at least strictly the... And I know that I'm gonna have UKIP'ers and trolls say, well, you should have voted for UKIP. And I just thought, fuck it. Fuck it. The UKIP'ers want me to be depressed. The UKIP for Labour, because that fucking worked out well. But here you are, fucking UKIP voters, thinking that the best way to encourage me to... I wanted to have UKIP destroyed. The head of UKIP, Nigel Farage, is going. He's resigned. He might apply for it again. UKIP voters of idiots pretending to be UKIP voters whose sole goal and ambition seems to be making me suffer. For UKIP supporters in general, for anyone a little casual, why voting UKIP is a very bad idea. Why I do not like bomb the Holocaust, or how UKIP is still continuing to gain supporters in this day and age.
Independent. Nigel Farage has bloody abandoned UKIP, meaning that, you know, the guy in charge is a bald guy nobody knows.
Way there will be a lot less voters propping up the Conservative Party. And hey, UKIP, they're small enough to deal with at the moment, is to get the Conservatives off your back by getting them to vote UKIP. Because that way they can vote for a party that
build a wall around the fucking island. Right? We do everything. UKIP declares a fucking astonishing success. You know, the BN
Tories. And he has now become leader of the UKIP branch in the Senate, in the Welsh.
yourself. Okay, you go on with that, UKIPper. I'm gonna continue with my life. So yeah, this is just full disclosure.
neoliberal, but you know, the Liberal Democrats, UKIP, the Conservative Party, they are all embracing neoliberal.
Right? They could have the support of the UKIP'ers. They could have the support of some of the Blairites. But Caroline Lucas got the same number of votes, got the same constituencies as UKIP, or you know, they never.
People who voted for Trump, the people who voted for for UKIP, they voted for.
Just really? Like, if you are at all fucking serious about UKIP being the best party, then you are going in Jan for swarms, you know, and I have had UKIP'ers insult, and I'm now like,
She's someone who has voted UKIP in the past and has said that she would have voted Tory in the last general election.
okay, so, economy. UKIP. Let's zoom this the fuck in. Actually, fuck, that was...
What? Fucking what? I mean, I know Ed Miliband tried to appeal to fucking UKIP with controls on immigration.
is preferable to the Tories, because at this point, clearly, UKIP are not quite in line with the corporatist thing. Dear UKIP voters, just how fucking screwed up are you? How screwed the fuck up?
In referendum. Now, obviously, we need to start with UKIP. Okay. UKIP had obviously been campaigning for, you know, the winners. And they fucking want to, mate. They want to stop giving a shit. They want the UKIP'ers to say, how dare you care about... Except he's also appealing to UKIP voters. And you've got Ed Balls saying that we will go cut for cut, the same as the Tories.
Knows to vote Green next time. Or UKIP or Liberal Democrats, whatever your fucking version of it is. But justly, and I mean, UKIP'ers are kind of simple, okay? They are simple. Certainly, the UKIP'ers I get.
Then UKIP happened. And UKIP'ers were fucking creepy.
Those people who kind of has been dismissing UKIP and any Eurosceptic viewpoint as, racist, you think foreigners are to blame for everything. I got completely fucking fed up of every single fucking troll being a UKIP voter. Because I knew they were doing it to troll me.
I loathe UKIP. I am genuinely, personally offended by UKIPers. I think they are creepy beyond belief.
Because they're like, we want to fight UKIP in the manifesto. Like, we want to fight the stigma of mental health. UKIP as a UKIP voters though.
Without us interfering, you know. I mean, I suppose ultimately this is why I'm different from UKIP in that sort of UKIP are like, how dare, and I
I have outright joked about censoring UKIP in the past, and indeed, I now outright filter all the fucking comments that come
of Labour, Conservatives, UKIP, and Liberal Democrats, because, yeah, the Liberal Democrats made some horrible arsehole. Don't ever fucking listen to me. And that's a problem, because, yeah, UKIP got 4 million votes. So
ultimately, this is why I'm different from UKIP, in that sort of UKIP are like, how dare they come over here? And I'm like, how dare we be over there?
I base my judgments on policies. Like, I hate UKIP personally because of how they treat me, but also I hate their policies, and I don't want them to ever. The trolls on my channel who were trying to shut me down were doing so by saying vote UKIP, so it was a very easy way. You know, okay. They are simple. Certainly, the UKIP'ers I get on my YouTube channel, my troll cows, who keep coming back to have. That's why we have such a UKIP party at the moment, because nobody fucking cared. So the people there, the world's turning to shit because of idiots supporting UKIP and idiotic, sadistic fuckwits who want stigma of mental health. UKIP as a UKIP voters now are like, oh, you're a fucking artist though, aren't you? You're Down syndrome. I have troll cows, sadists, UKIP'ers. I have been people who have been saying to me from day one, day out,
kind of voted for different people. Some people voted UKIP, some people voted SNP, some people voted Green, some voted Plaid Cymru, some voted
for so much more left wing than in America. I mean, like, we call out UKIP for being racist because, you know, they've got to allow conservatives in. Hey, free speech, man, you've got to allow the UKIPers in. But, you know, really, I'm BNP, and, you know, you've got to allow the BNP in. So isn't actually technically racist. You know, the UKIP thing, like, yes, it's saying foreigners are the problem.